All right. We are back here with our top three podium interviews here tonight from the Underdog Racing League for their truck series. And we got our third place man of Mike ALO Jr. in the 74. Let's see what he has to say here about his top three run here tonight at the Kentucky Raceway. Hey, Mike, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Zach, I sure do. How you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic, Mike. Well, I'll tell you what, man, the 74 looked great out there tonight once again. I tell you what, man, how was the racing out there from it? You drove up through the pack there and got yourself into the top three here tonight.
Yeah, the 74 Bay Racing team is always strong here at Kentucky. Figured something out getting through 3 and 4, a little bit different than everybody else does, and it seems to, if not save more tire, at least run as well as most of the guys do that run pretty quick here. So knew it was going to be well. It was just a matter of, I started back, I think, 6th place, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't burn the tires up getting through the first 5 cars or so. And then the rest of Jason's just, he outclasses us all. So it's a matter of who's racing for second. James was very, very strong. Had to hold him off for a long, long time there until we got to that stage stop, because if I let him by, then it'd be like a freight train. So just 74 team was really strong tonight. Very pleased with third place finish. Couldn't really ask for much more.
Yeah, definitely a very strong like you said there, Mike, man. It looked great from our standpoint up here. Now next week we head off with our All-Star week at Monza. That'll be fun. But it's getting down to, the important part of the season, right before the playoffs start to kick off. These next 6 critical races after our All-Star week, how important is it to you to get these top 3 finishes and the momentum going into that playoffs buildup?
It's extremely important to continue this string of good runs, especially because we got a road course out there, and road courses, I just am not a road course person. I get out there for survival of my own. I try and stay on the track, and wherever I finish, I finish. So I gotta get as many points in as many places as I can in all these other races to make up for a poor finish when we get to the road courses.
Definitely going to be critical, my friend. I tell you what, great work again here tonight in the office for the 74. It was fun stuff to watch out there. You and Loveland put on one heck of a show, battling there for position for second. Before we let you go and get ready for Monza next week, Mike, anybody want to send a shout out to you, man?
Certainly, I'd like to thank you guys for the broadcast. You do a super job, and I'd like to thank Karen, my crew chief for life, and my mom, #1 fan.
Awesome stuff, Mike. Congrats on third here tonight, man. We will catch you next week at Monza. Congrats on top 3 here tonight, man.
Thank you very much. See you then.
All right, that was Mike Alo Jr. here tonight. Your third place finisher. Now we'll move on to our second place man. James Loveland tried to do everything he could here to get Jason Finsler. Just came up a little bit short, but let's see what his thoughts are on this second place run here tonight. Hey, James, is Zach up in the booth? You got a copy, man?
Yes, I do.
Hey, James, well, another fantastic run for yourself tonight in this number 56 machine, man. I mean, qualifying 15th, you had to work your way through the pack. By the stage there, you had already worked your way up into that top 5, man. And from there, you had to get by Mike Alo Jr. after that restart. And then from there, you just trying to track the 5 down, came up about 2 seconds short here tonight, man. But what a battle for your job to fight up through here all the way to second tonight. Describe to us how you got it done.
Yeah, saving tires was probably my whole race. Yeah, right in the beginning, I was cruising. I'm like, we got a bunch of time, 120 laps, no problem. And then after that stage, I started to push it a little more, but I was still kind of saving. And right at the end there, I tried to save on Fensler, but I just did a little too late.
Yeah, we noticed that. I was going to ask you about that, but you brought that up there. It looked like you definitely did come out of the pit, start to save a good bit there, and tried to make that charge. You definitely cut into that lead a good bit, but just came up a little bit short, man. But what a fantastic run for yourself. The one thing I want to, I don't want to pick on you for this, but it seems like you always have to the teens in qualifying. Do you think? If you could, if you had a better qualifying position, you think you could challenge maybe a little bit better early on, or do you think that's just your style? It's just you got the race pace, but the qualifying just doesn't match that?
Well, I shouldn't be hitting the wall in qualifying every week, but um, other than that, sometimes it helps because I learn how to work through traffic and how my truck works. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but yeah, I should probably improve on my qualifying. It might help me up front better.
Yeah, man, that's great insight there. Definitely learning as you go through traffic is a great point also. But it'll be interesting to see if you can get those better qualified positions, man. I know you definitely don't want to get into the wall there, but sometimes it's easy to make that mistake when you got that one shot. But another great run for yourself, man. You showed a lot of pace again and just that long run speed, able to really manage your stuff. And I think that bodes well for these upcoming races here, like Charlotte and Pocono, and tracks like that with Homestead also coming up too. So intermediate tracks are coming. We'll see if you can produce there also like you did here tonight at Kentucky, man. Congrats on second. Anybody want to send a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, thank you for doing this broadcast. It's a great broadcast I watch every week. Also, thanks to Justin and doing this Underdog Racing League. Enjoy running with these guys. Super clean league. Very fun to run in.
Awesome stuff, Jason. Or James Ben. Sorry about that. But great finish here tonight for second for you, bringing home another great finish. We'll catch you next week at Monza, man. And you have a great week.
See you guys next week.
All right, everybody. That was James Loveland there in the 56%, bringing on that second spot. Now we'll move on to your points leader and race winner here tonight, Jason Finsler at the Kentucky Speedway, getting his sixth win of the season. Let's hear what his thoughts are. Hey, Jason, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, I tell you what, Jason, another dominant performance for yourself here tonight, man. Getting not only your sixth win, but I can tell you, you've led over 700 laps this season here through the first 14 races. Just describe to us what kind of night you had out there, because, man, it looked flawless from up here.
It was far from flawless. We had a good pace in practice. I found a pace that kind of worked for me, and I kind of stuck with that. But James and Mike did a heck of a job. They're really good at saving tires. So I was kind of worried there on the long runs, but it worked out for us.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to go into is the long runs. It seemed like James and Mike definitely, they had figured something out. And there, it seemed like James might have a challenge for you there. He might have waited maybe a little too long and saved a little too much. But, man, each and every week we see you can really make pace at the beginner run and make pace at the long run. So how do you not go too hard but go fast enough to where you don't lose time and still save your stuff?
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you got people like James and Mike behind you. They're pushing, but they're smart about saving tires. So you worry about how much you're pushing. But I just kind of find a pace in practice that works for me, and I do 30, 40 lap runs, and it seems to be pretty consistent. So I try and stick with that.
Well, I definitely take that one down, everybody, if you're trying to learn from somebody great, because Jason Finsler's definitely proved that so far this season, man. It's been so fun to watch you so far. Now, next week, we got an all-star week. You ready to have some fun at Monza next week?
That ought to be an experience.
Yeah, what have you ever even raced at Monza? I mean, I know, iRacing has had races on there before in the past, but, have you ever experienced the Monza Oval before?
No, I have not. So I'm going to have to get it and jump in there and see what it's all about. And yeah, we'll have some fun. We'll do a good job, and all these competitors do a really good job. So we'll definitely make it fun.
It definitely will be a fun time here on Freaky Fast Broadcast, man. Well, we appreciate everything. Jason, great win here tonight, man. But before we let you go and celebrate this thing, anybody want to send a shout out to?
Yeah, Justin and all the boys that do the league, they do a heck of a job. Do a really good job. It's a lot of fun, and the competitors are really clean, so it makes it a lot of fun. And then you boys doing the broadcast do a heck of a job. I know my friends and family enjoy it, so I appreciate all you guys.
Well, we appreciate you too, Jason, man. All you drivers out there put on one heck of a show each and every week here, making it our jobs very easy to call these things. So congrats on the win here tonight, Jason. And we'll see what you can do next week in Monza, man, at the All-Star race.
Sounds good, boys. Have a good one.
You have a great night, Jason. All right, guys. That was your race interviews here tonight with Freaky Fast Broadcasting from the Underdog Racing League at the Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, I mean,